All right, so imagine this. You're at the bottom of Snowdon.
The highest peak in Wales.
Yeah.
Getting ready for an epic climb.
The air is crisp. You've got that view, that buzz, that anticipation. We're talking about conquering Snowdon. Some even say it's one of the best hikes in the UK. What do you think?
Oh, I think they might be onto something there. It's definitely a serious achievement reaching that summit. But, with 7 different routes?
7?
Yeah, to get up to those incredible views, it can feel a little overwhelming.
Like choosing your path through a maze.
Exactly.
That's where we come in. We're going to help you pick the best route for you.
And maybe share some fun facts along the way, things you might not see in your typical guidebook.
Yeah, we've got maps, we've got anecdotes.
Just insights.
All that good stuff. So, first things first.
Snowdon 101.
Lay it on us.
1,085 meters high, right in the heart of Snowdonia National Park. On a clear day, those views are just legendary.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can see the whole of Snowdonia, Anglesey Island, even parts of Ireland.
Wow. Now, you mentioned something before we started recording that really caught my attention.
Oh, yeah.
The National Three Peaks Challenge. What is that exactly?
Oh, that's like a legendary feat for, hardcore hikers. A real race against the clock.
Okay.
To summit the highest peaks in England, Scotland, and Wales, all within 24 hours.
All within 24 hours.
Snowdon, of course, is the Welsh peak on that list. And let me tell you, tackling that alongside Ben Nevis and Scafell Pike, it's not a walk in the park.
No kidding. So if our listener is up for that challenge, Snowdon's a great place to start. But let's break down these 7 routes. Where do we even begin? What are our options? From like a gentle stroll to like a heart-pumping scramble.
Okay, let's start with the easiest, good for first-timers or those who are looking for a more relaxed climb. The Llanberis Path is the most popular. It's about 9 miles round trip.
Okay.
Most hikers can do it in about 6 hours. It's really well maintained, and you can even start at the Snowdon Mountain Railway Station.
Oh, so you could like hop on the train partway.
Yeah.
I've heard those trains can get pretty crowded, especially like in peak season. Any advice for actually getting a spot?
Yeah, book online. That's the best way to be sure you're not going to miss out. You don't want to miss that scenic train ride.
No, definitely not. So is there another kind of easy route that really shows off the beauty of Snowdonia?
Oh, absolutely. If you want those amazing lake views, the Miners Track will not disappoint. It is a little bit more challenging than the Llanberis Cloth, but man, the scenery makes it worth it. About 20 minutes from the Penny Pass car park, you'll come across Lintern. It's this really picture-perfect lake nestled in the mountains.
Lintern.
Yeah, that's the one.
Got it. And then, like, 15 minutes further along the trail.
Lyn Llydaw, another absolute gem and one of the most visited lakes in the UK. And as you keep going, keep an eye out for Lake Glaslyn. It's pretty unique.
Oh.
Because from a certain angle, it actually looks like a heart.
Oh, I love that. Romantic backdrop.
It is.
So we've got the Llanberis Path, very popular. The Miners Track, the scenic route. What's our third option for the easy category?
That would be the Snowdon Ranger Path, which begins near Llyn Quelyn. Another gorgeous lake, by the way.
They all have lakes.
I know, right? This path is known for its unique geology and just a ton of different wildlife. What I find really fascinating is that you can spot Arctic alpine plants just clinging to the rocks along the way.
Arctic plants in Wales.
Yep.
I mean, I knew it could get chilly on Snowdon, but that's a little surprising.
Well, it really shows you the microclimates you get on these mountains. It feels like you're entering a whole other world as you climb.
So let's say our listener is feeling adventurous, wants a bit more of a challenge. What would be the moderate options we could look at?
All right, well, if you want those really breathtaking fairy tale-like views, the Pig Track is calling your name.
Oh, I like that.
It starts at the Penny Pass car park, and it'll take you through some pretty dramatic scenery.
And if they want to get away from the crowds, see a different side of Snowdon.
In that case, I'd recommend the Reed Dedu Path.
Okay.
It's the least touristy and has some amazing hidden gems. You'll see 3 captivating lakes, Llyn Nadraid, Llyn Coch, and Llyn Glass, each one with its own unique charm. You'll see the water reflecting the peaks. It's peaceful.
Sounds like a perfect escape. It starts at the Rhydydu railway station.
That's right. It's a little off the beaten path, but trust me, it's worth it.
All right, so now I'm ready to step it up. What about those difficult routes, the ones that maybe make even experienced hikers think twice? You mentioned the Watkin Path and Cribgoch. Are we ready for those?
Oh, we are definitely ready. All right, let's talk about those challenging Snowdon routes.
I'm ready. Bring on the adventure. You mentioned the Watkin Path and Cribgoch. Let's start with the Watkin Path. What makes it so tough?
The Watkin Path is considered, the toughest route up Snowdon. It's a real test of stamina.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not for beginners. But it's also got some of the most rewarding views. You're going up this steep, rugged path. It starts near this village, Bedjeller. It's charming. You wind your way up the southern slopes of the mountain.
You mentioned passing a slate quarry and a waterfall.
Yeah, the South Snowdon Slate Quarry. It's like this window into the mountain's history, like its industrial past. You can still see the remnants of the quarry there, a reminder of all the human effort that went into shaping this landscape.
Wow.
And then there's Afon Lund, the stunning waterfall. It just cascades down the mountainside. It's magical.
So the path combines history, industry, and natural beauty. I love it. But you also mentioned navigation can be tricky on this one.
Yeah, it's less well-marked than some of the other routes. You could easily get lost, especially if fog rolls in. So a map and a compass and knowing how to use them are absolutely essential.
Got it. Map and compass, adding those to my packing list.
Hmm.
Okay, let's talk about the route that makes even seasoned hikers nervous. Crib Gosh.
Oh, yeah.
What makes it so legendary?
Yeah.
So intimidating.
Crib Gash, it's not just a hike, it's an experience.
Okay.
It's often called the most dangerous path in Britain. And for good reason. Imagine walking along this narrow, knife-edged ridge with these sheer drops on either side.
Oh, my palms are already sweating.
It's exposed, it's exhilarating, it demands respect. You're scrambling using your hands and feet to navigate the terrain.
Wow.
The wind whips across the ridge, and the views are incredible, almost overwhelming.
So it's not just about strength, it's a mental game, too.
Exactly.
What experience level are we talking for Crib Gosh?
Oh, this one's for experienced hikers only. You got to be comfortable with heights and that exposed scrambling. And even then, you have to, meticulously check the weather.
Yeah?
Strong winds or rain, forget it.
It can make it super dangerous.
Exactly.
It sounds like Crib Gosh is truly in a league of its own.
It is.
What kind of time commitment are we looking at for this route?
Crib Gosh will usually take you around 8 hours to complete, compared to, 6 hours for some of the easier ones.
Okay.
You really have to be prepared to move slowly and carefully. You can't rush this one.
Makes sense. So we've covered the full range of Snowdon routes, from leisurely strolls to those adrenaline-pumping scrambles.
Yeah.
It's amazing how one mountain can offer such diverse experiences. But choosing the right path? Well, that's just the first step.
Exactly. What about the gear, the preparation, all those essential things that can make the difference between a good hike and an unforgettable one? We're going to dive into all that. Plus, I'll share some of my personal Snowdon secrets in part 3 of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our Snowdon Deep Dive. We've covered a lot of ground, from the gentle Lamberis path all the way to that intimidating Crib Gosh. But choosing the right path, well, it's only the beginning, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Conquering Snowdon, it's not just about picking a route and going.
Right.
It's about being prepared, respecting the mountain,
Right.
and having the gear to deal with any challenge.
So let's talk gear. What are the absolute must-haves for any Snowdon adventure?
Sturdy hiking boots, absolutely non-negotiable. We're talking ankle support, good grip, waterproofing. You don't want to be slipping and sliding out there.
Yeah. And clothing. We've talked about how the weather can change on a dime up there. What do we need to stay comfortable?
Layers, layers, layers. It's all about layers. You need a base layer that wicks away moisture, something warm like a fleece or a sweater, and then a waterproof, windproof outer layer. And don't forget, a hat and gloves, even in the summer.
Oh, yeah. The summit can be pretty chilly.
It can.
So boots, layers, what else goes in the backpack?
Navigation tools?
Yeah?
Even on those well-marked paths, you want to be prepared. A map and compass, and of course knowing how to use them, could really save the day, especially if the fog rolls in.
Right.
And always pack a head torch just in case.
Okay, head torch. Got it. Food and water. How much should we be packing?
Pack more water than you think you'll need. You'd be surprised how much you go through when you're hiking.
Yeah, true.
There aren't that many places to refill on some of the routes, and high-energy snacks are essential too, like trail mix, energy bars, maybe even some chocolate.
Okay, now let's talk safety. What are some key things hikers should keep in mind to stay safe and enjoy the climb?
Always, always check the weather forecast before you set off. Don't let a sunny morning fool Snowdon's weather is notorious for changing quickly. If there's any sign of bad weather, just postpone your hike. It's not worth the risk.
It's all about respecting the mountain.
Exactly. And always, always tell someone your planned route and your expected return time. So if anything happens, someone knows where to look for you.
That's a good point. So we've got gear, Safety, route options, it's a lot to take in. With all this information, how does someone actually choose the perfect Snowdon path for them?
Well, you've got to honestly assess your experience level, your fitness level. Don't try to bite off more than you can chew, especially if you're new to hiking or haven't tackled a mountain like Snowdon before.
Yeah, for sure.
And think about what you want to get out of it. Are you looking for the history on the Llanberis path, the challenge of Cribgosh, that peaceful beauty on the Ride to Do path? Each path offers something different, something special.
I love that. Each path offers a different slice of Snowdon's magic. The choice is yours, listeners.
And is.
Well, with all this knowledge in your backpack and the spirit of adventure in your heart, you're ready to conquer Snowdon. What a journey.
Remember, preparation is key. Respect the mountain, enjoy every step, and soak up those views. You won't regret it.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the world of Snowdon.
Happy hiking, everyone!